Hey, you started something I never understand. You started something. I wanna hold your hand. I wanna hold your hand. I wanna hold your hand. And you started something I never understand. And you started something. Yeah, I wanna hold your hand. I wanna hold your hand. I wanna hold your hand. Welcome to another live stream. This is Michael Burhan here, talking stuff about Patreon and Genius and all that other stuff. Now, I'm going to go back into a little bit of history about what Patreon means to me. You guys know what it is. You know exactly how I feel about channels with Patreon, and I want to clarify this before people start calling me a hypocrite. Now, I believe Patreon should be used for creative endeavors. If you have a creative channel, if you have a channel where you're making content, then I believe Patreon is for you. But if you're having a channel that's basically being used as a vlog channel like what I'm doing right now, and I'm just making videos, talking and saying shit, then no, it's not. But at the end of the day, if you contribute and if you don't contribute to Patreons, then I totally understand. You get free content, making free shit from YouTubers such as myself who do awesome stuff for you. So I want you to know that. And I want to basically talk about what I'm going to be doing in the future, because I've been working on and off for other people. I've been doing freelance work. I've been working as an actor in the industry, which is something I want to get back to. And I've also had a couple of years off doing the dad thing, you know, and also I got a job recently working for a company that I've recently left. And the reason why I left the job and stopped doing it was an issue about pay. I was being told that I was being prepped for a managerial position and I was going to be giving loads of money to work for a company who then gave me my first week's wages, which was basically 40% less than what I was supposed to be getting. So I decided, you know what, I can't keep doing this shit and making money for somebody else, and I want to make money for me. But I also feel that over the years I've been a huge hypocrite myself, and I want to talk about that. I've always believed in myself as someone who can change things. I'm a very liberal person, so to speak. A lot of people call me a liberal snowflake. It is what it is. But I'm a person who believes that I can change the way that not only this industry works, but the industry in general. I'm an actor, and I feel like there's been a lot of issues recently in the news of actors who've done literally, who work for free. You know, you go into a degree, and I'm a person who did a drama degree myself. And say hello to little Philly at the back there. Say hi, Philly. Say hello. No, she's just going to stare at the window. I'm an actor myself who's done like loads of different movies, and I want to get stuff released. I want to get things put on Netflix. I want to, you know, show you people my body of work and stuff that I have that's currently being held by my company, Enigma Entertainment. And by the way, Tag, hi, Power Metal Gamer. I see you. Don't think I don't see you. I do see you. I love you. He's got great content, guys. If you haven't seen his channel, check it out. I'll leave a link in the doohickey below once this is up. So I believe that the industry itself has become kind of a cesspool. So what's happened now is you have big companies who are out, like the Royal Shakespeare Company been called out for doing this, where, yeah, of course I'm showing people my body. Look at this. I'm so sexy. I'm so sexy. You know that, Tag. You have the Royal Shakespeare Company who are basically trying to use, I am a sexy bastard, I agree with you, who are trying to use actors and acting talent for free. You've had big companies who have like $1 million budgets using people for free and say that you'll get a credit for a movie that you're in as long as they can use you for free. You have people who are having to take on part-time jobs and work as an actor part-time. Their career, by the way, and I want to point out this is a career. It's not kind of someone saying, well, you can do it as a hobby. It's a career. Just like YouTube is considered a career to some people. Not to me, but to some people. And it irks me. It irks me as a fellow filmmaker. It irks me as someone who produces for television. It irks me as someone who produces for film. And it bugs me when you're asking someone who is talented to work for free. They have mortgages to pay, they have bills to pay, just like you, just like me, and just like everybody else. And before you sit there and say, okay, you need to go and get yourself a job, a real job, there is no such thing as a real job anymore. You have in the United Kingdom, and Tag can probably say as well in Ireland, people and companies are doing 0-hour contracts. People are working shifts now, which means you don't get any guaranteed money. You only get a certain amount of hours. There is no such thing as guaranteed work anymore unless you're in a high-level position. So if you're doing a job for a well-known company, you're working as a banker, you're earning millions, or you're a CEO of a corporation, there is no such thing in this day and age as guaranteed money. And I'm not going to basically sit there and say that my whole ideal is to change that, but my whole idea at the moment as someone who has known about the industry and has worked with people. I've worked with the BBC. I produced a series called This Job for Hire. It started off as a YouTube show and then turned into a full series. The BBC had that. I've had experience producing and working in TV shows. I pitched to Konami a pilot for Silent Hill, and yes, it's taken a long time in order to actually get this sorted out. I still want that to happen. So in terms of being someone who's not only a YouTuber, as someone who works in the industry as an actor, director, writer, and as somebody who wants to basically expand his level of business acumen to become someone who can produce a company that's in the interests of other people, I want to hire talented actors in my projects. I want to hire people who work within the film industry, producers, cameramen, directors, editors. I want to hire people to work for me. And the only way that I'm going to do that is if I start basically putting together a business and putting together a plan. And I can't go to a bank and sit there and go, well, I'm in filmmaking and I want you to invest in filmmaking, because no bank will give me money or anybody else who works in filmmaking money. My whole objective is to go to studios and get studios to pay me and my film company to make films, whether they be straight to DVD, whether they be a television series, whether they be something that we can put on streaming, and also produce independent films at the same time and invest in people. So my whole goal with this, with the Patreon that I'm putting together for Enigma Entertainment, I hope you hear that name. If you want to check us out, IMDb us, we're there, is for us to make movies, to make short films, to make feature-length films, to make stage productions, to make digital content. So Nerd Genius has become a part of that. And the idea is that if you invest, you can invest anything from like $1 up to I think the biggest amount we've got on the Patreon is $200. And you will get producer credits, you will get credits and thank yous from myself and everybody else who works in there. And I want to transition it to the fact where I won't be receiving any of this money. This money will not be going into my pocket. It'll be going into making the company and producing the company. And it'll be also helping us do things like acquiring film rights, like producing stuff that we can distribute ourselves, and eventually make a company that stands out, that we can basically have all over the world. I keep telling people that my whole objective as a filmmaker and as an actor is to go to LA, and go to the United States and make a living there, doing what I love to do. So with this idea, with this scope of what it is, Patreon is kind of one facet. What I'm going to be doing as well over the next few weeks is I'm going to be filming myself doing basically donation rounds. So I'm going to be going out there and I'm going to be doing a donation round with people where I'll be going to a location anywhere in London. I might go out of London, anywhere else basically around the area, in order to do a thing called street trading. And what it is, I'm going to be going out and I am going to ask people to talk to me. Say if you're walking around, you're coming out of the tube station, you're having a bad day at work, guess what? Now you can just put a little bit of donation in my little pot and you can talk to me and explain what's going on in your life and how things are affecting you, and maybe give you an ear just to talk to. I'm cheaper than a psychiatrist and it goes to a good cause. Now, if we reach our rounds of donation goals that I'm hoping for, I'm also hoping to use it as a way, as a position, if the company gets popular enough, to basically go into a negotiation with Konami to renegotiate the Silent Hill license, and as well even look at buying the license outright. It's going to cost a lot of money, but I'm going to see if we can do it, if we can get enough investors involved, so that we can basically move the company into different facets. So we have like a TV wing, we have a film wing, we have a gaming wing where we get to do voiceovers and other little bits and pieces. This will give jobs for working actors. It will give jobs for people who work in the film industry or who want to work in the film industry. It will give people experience, but it also makes sure that people will get paid. Because I don't feel as an actor that Equity is doing enough. That's our union over here, or SAG over in the United States, is doing enough to make sure that actors get paid. You've got film companies who aren't doing enough to make sure actors get paid, and that paid people who have trained in their respective careers should get paid. And this is the thing, and this is my ethos in life, and this is your ethos as well, with anybody who works within this industry or any industry. If you're like a graphic designer or you're an artist or whatever it is you work at, you could probably making pizzas at Domino's and be happy in that career. If you are making pizzas at Domino's, you want to be the best pizza guy in the world. You want people to pay you what you're worth. And that's what my main goal is with this, is to pay actors, writers, directors what they are worth. Because it bothers me. It does bother me to see so many talented people out there who don't get a look in. You know, if it wasn't for the Star Wars auditions that George Lucas started and the fact that Disney managed to carry on that tradition, you would never have seen Rey in a Star Wars movie. That was her first movie. The actress who played Rey, that was her first movie. And not everybody gets that opportunity. Not everybody has a look or has the basically know-how to get themselves that kind of opportunity. You have people out there right now who basically only get like acting jobs because they know someone, because they know a director, or because they know someone who works as a producer or in production. People basically could go years being hungry and starving before they get anywhere. And I want to change that. And if basically any of you lovely people want to help me do it, the Patreon will go live tomorrow with a video just basically detailing in description what it is I want to do and what myself and my writing partner Miguel Leon want to do. I want to take what we have with Nerd Genius and make it into something bigger. I want to distribute movies. I want to make movies. I want to make music videos. I want to show people what I can do, but also show people what every single talented person out there who works in the industry can do. Because I feel that this is the right direction to go. Because without studio funds, without studio interference, we could basically build something that's not just for digital creators like myself. We could build something that's out there for you. You want proper storytelling. You want someone to actually give you something that you can enjoy with a polarizing story. We can do that. Do you want someone to make something that you will have a say in? We can do that. That's actually one of our perks. It starts with digital content perks of basically saying what kind of content I make for this channel. So for all those people who like the content of me talking shit about stuff, well, you can suggest it. There is a tier for that. If you like basically a certain type of movie and want to write for Enigma Entertainment, you can do that by working with us. And this goes to everyone all over the world. This is not just a London thing. I'm going to do everything I can to kind of make this happen. And I hope and pray that each and every one of you, you awesome people out there who have supported me throughout my YouTube run, who supported me through all my film and television runs, who have worked with me and stood by me through all of this shit that I've been going through, will be there to assist me and help me make this thing that I want to build a reality. Because I believe in it. I believe in Enigma Entertainment, and I believe that I can do this. I'm probably one of the most capable people who can do this. I have knowledge, I have understanding, and I want to build that up. I want to have people who've been in the industry, who can basically help nurture the company and build it up. And I want to create something more, and again, I think big. I want to create something more akin to Disney, to what they're doing. It's taken years for them to shape themselves into the company that they are now. it's going to probably take decades for us to even get halfway there. But I don't just want to be one of these small companies who end up not paying people and getting nowhere because someone has an ego the size of a fucking planet. Guardians of the Galaxy reference. I want to do something that makes an impact and that leaves a long-lasting impression even after I'm gone. And I can't do that working for someone who doesn't appreciate me. I can't do that for not following my own rules and guidelines, and I can't leave something that my kids will probably enjoy after I'm gone if I just stay doing the same thing and floundering the rest of my life. So I understand, and leave your comments below. Tell me what you think of this. If you think I'm a hypocrite, please tell me. I don't mind. I don't mind being called an asshole and a hypocrite because of the Patreon. But it's not for this channel. It's not just for everything else. It has a ton of tiers and a ton of things that we're going to be going through. It's going to be for distribution of 2 films that we have in the can already. That should have been released ages ago. We're going to be releasing those. And we're also going to put together royalty agreements with the actors so that whatever we get paid for them goes straight in their pocket. Nothing will go to me. It will go straight back in the company. And I want you people to know it's going to be reinvested. I'm going to reinvest everything. You're going to have documentaries. You're going to have behind-the-scenes looks. You're going to have everything, and every bit of money that you invest is going to make sure that you will be accounted for. I will have kind of like a press conferences. I'm going to have a Patreon conference so I can tell you guys exactly what I'm doing with this company and what the future and direction I'm going to take it in. And if anybody, and I'm not saying this will ever happen, but if anyone tries to buy the company out and wants to make a deal, the people who are backing it are going to be the first ones to basically be notified. You'll be basically treated like investors because I'm not going to take your money and run away. I'm going to use your money to create something as a creative should have done. And I think there's only a few people who have used Patreon towards that goal. There are some guys, as I said, if you're happy with vlog videos who do them, but there's a lot of guys who've manipulated Patreon, manipulated all these other little avenues so they can get donations for their projects, and they don't do anything with it. Look at Spoonie, and I'm going to basically call the guy out because it's Spoonie. He doesn't make content anymore, and he still gets up to $5,000 worth of Patreon backers, and it's ridiculous. I want to make sure that even after I'm gone, even after this channel was gone, hell, we don't even know what's going to happen with the whole TTP/IP situation, the whole net neutrality situation. We don't know what is going to happen in the future, but I want to create something that after I am gone, after I'm dead and buried, that it lasts. And Enigma Entertainment is not going to be just about me. It's going to be about each and every one of you. If you're a wannabe filmmaker, wannabe editor, wannabe director, if you want to create, I want to build something that can help do that. And Patreon is only going to be one facet in many different tools. Thank you, Mr. Retro Anthem, and love you, Stevie. I'm glad that you're here. Just talking about Patreon, by the way. And that's what we're going to do. We're going to create something. I'm going to be out there over the next couple of weeks, the next 3 to 4 weeks. I'm going to be out there fundraising. I'm going out physically to fundraise, to make sure that I can raise for this company to build Enigma up. And I am also going to be out there putting together the appropriate funding and the appropriate tools so that our first project will be ready. We're going to be doing short films that are going to be going into festivals because my goal, one of my goals in life is to basically get a movie in Cannes and get a short movie made and produced and out there with the quality that people are used to. Because it's effectively cheaper now to make a feature film than it was years ago. You can do it on a shoestring budget depending on what type of movie that you want to make. But so Patreon isn't just going to be my one thing to rely on. There is going to be a shitload of stuff that we're going to be doing. So I want you people out there to understand that this is for real. This is going to be something that it's going to be expanding. It's going to be used to acquire certain rights. We're going to be looking at free licensed characters. We're going to be pitching to studios. We're going to be doing everything we can to make sure that the shitload of talent out there who deserve and I will say it's deserved to be in a movie, will be in a movie. Because, and also make sure that proper storytelling is done so that each and every person out there, you, your friends, anybody who's very, very, very critical of the mainstream movies and the mainstream like stuff that's out there right now, can get something different. I've got a lot of ideas, a lot of ideas. So if you want to ask any questions about the Patreon or about what Enigma Entertainment is going to be doing as a company, or even about Silent Hill Genesis, because I know a lot of people have been asking me about that. And I'll tell you where it's at right now. Konami basically stopped talking to me about a year ago. And I was okayed. I got the licensing and everything ready, but we never had an initial written agreement in regards to the Silent Hill license. They stopped talking to me, and the people that I was negotiating with left the company. I myself have been trying my best to get back in contact with them, and my whole goal with the Silent Hill project is not only to either get the license, as if they don't really want to do anything with it, buy the license outright. That's going to cost money. It's going to cost a lot of money. And the reason why I want to do that is because we can turn it into other things. You know, we could basically reboot the initial story and initial continuity. We can reflect on the characters. We can turn it into comic books. We can turn it into Telltale games, you know, point-and-click adventures. We can turn it into anything we want. And I think, we've got a good shot at doing so. I've still got people that I talk to within the company that basically are still speaking to me about this. So I'm going to find out what the figure is, whatever figure they can give me, and I'm going to try and buy the license. And again, I know people are probably laughing about this, but it can happen. And yeah, I just want to know your ideas. I want to know what you're thinking, what it is that you guys want to see, what you want to do. I know Netflix and the series that they've been producing have been a big thing as well. We want to see if we can get something on Netflix too. I'm not only going to be someone who directs, writes, I'm someone who's going to be producing. I'll be working with other creators to make something, and that's the main goal for me. So, yeah, that's pretty much it. And for those who wonder why I changed my stance on Patreon, well, it's because I've seen what it can do. Before, I used to see guys like Alpha Omega Sin, Spoonie, people who were sponging off of like crowdfunding. Angry Joe was another one. I did a video on him. And they were basically taking people's money and not giving them anything in return. Then I changed. I changed because I saw the good it could create. I've seen artists who use Patreon to finance their many comic book panels. Guys like Botch Spot. Guys like Mega Ran who use Patreon to create podcasts, create YouTube content, and also to allow him to go on to tour and do his concerts. All of his concerts are free, by the way. You know, the guy is a machine, and he does a lot of what he does for free. He sells merch, yes, but he doesn't sell as much merch as some of the bigger artists out there. And he tours just so he can make his fans happy, and Patreon is the reason why he can do that. And that's kind of what I want to do. I want to do it to the point where I can get our message out there, that we can go to conventions, that we can go and promote our movies, that we can go to film festivals and get stuff out there so that we can, and again, I'm going to emphasize this. I want to pay people for their work, for their hard work. I want to pay them what they're worth. It may not be as much as the bigger companies, but I still want to make sure that they get that paid credit on IMDb. Not so that people can work for free. Because you shouldn't ask an actor to work for free. You shouldn't ask a director to work for free. You shouldn't even ask a writer to work for free. Because you know your project is going to be shit and your project isn't going to make any money. Because of the fact that, one, you're getting someone to work an independent part-time job to make them sort of survive, and they've got to do your movie at the same time. Which sometimes those schedules conflict. John Cena, you can't see me. And you don't want to do that. You don't want to have actors who are struggling so badly. You don't want to see talent walk away from this industry, because I'm going to get a lot of flack for this. There is not enough talented people in the industry. You just get a lot of models reading lines. And I don't want that. There's guys who are currently working in jobs that they hate, who should be getting the role that they deserve, who should be working more regularly. And there was an article recently in the Independent talking about the fact that new actors aren't being produced. They're not finding a way, because you have to go through the Royal Shakespeare Company in order to get talks with the BBC, or you've got to go to parties, and you've got to go to meetups and get drunk with fellow actors and directors and writers in order to get your stuff done. You need an entertainment lawyer, you need a PR person, you need so many people to get you where you need to be, which is going to cost you thousands before you even get that role that you're even looking for. It's why so many actors give up. Not to even mention the companies who try to swindle people into doing show reels. There are companies out there right now who basically, their business model is, we will make you a show reel, we will write you this show reel, and it will get you work. And it doesn't. It doesn't get you work, because the problem is, when a producer looks at your show reel, they want to see your original body of work. They want to see the film that you've just had out with Amazon. They want to see the film that's on Netflix, so they can actually see how diverse you are as a character. They want to see your range. They want to see your entire acting ability. They want to see everything you've been in, and they want to see how you bounce off your co-stars. They can't do that if they're seeing a made-up show reel by a small company who says they can make you into the most amazing and diverse individual, when they can't. Because I've been to these show reel auditions, I've been to these casting calls, and I've seen these companies try to pillage and try to con people out of their money. And that's what they do. Not to mention, you've got these fake agents who tries to basically get people to pay them money to attend their acting seminars, and I'm going to use this a lot here, so that people can make money as an actor, and they'll do these seminars and training courses when they're not worth shit. They are not worth shit, but they will do it anyway. I could name and shame people right now, but I'm not going to do that. But I've had friends who have attended seminars and training courses and have been nothing but pyramid schemes, which basically have these people trying to tell you, who have never got an acting work in their life, tell you and your family and your friends how you can be big in Hollywood. Strasberg lived through guys like Pacino. Strasberg never really made it as an actor, but he was an acting coach, and he taught Pacino the bastardized version of the method. Because Pacino got popular, Strasberg lived through Pacino. You have guys like Sanford Meisner, who again never really made anything of himself apart from being a trainer. You had the granddaddy of them all, Stanislavski, basically come out there and teach people and train people the real ways of acting. But in order to act, in order for you to get the work and be versatile in television and film and in theatre and in drama, you have to basically do it. And then you have a lot of people come out there with profit shares, trying to make money doing dodgy theatre jobs. I've been to a couple of these as well, where they make you pay to be in a play, which you shouldn't be paying for. So like, oh, you want that role that we're doing in this play? Oh yeah, we can do that, but you've got to pay for it. You've got to pay 50 quid. And they call that like an insurance fee. And that's not the way it should be. You've got loads of people who just want to, hey, run mower. You've got people who want to make money doing what they love. And the only way they can do that is to basically have companies notice them. And I want to be on that pulse, you know. Hearts on fire, wrong desire. But anyway, but you know what I mean? You've heard all these success stories with Stallone, who basically came out of nothing and wrote Rocky, which was nominated for an Academy Award. And you've seen all these success stories of actors who've made it in Hollywood. But right now, you've got people who are struggling. And I don't want to keep having people. I don't want to watch my friends struggle. I don't want to watch my colleagues struggle if I can do something. So maybe with this venture, I can change things. Well, Ron Morrow, I'm going to try and do something different. Patreon for this, it's not for this channel. It's going to be for a entertainment company doing film, television, and theatre, and also digital content. What's up, Parametal Gamer? So yeah, I want to know your thoughts. I want to know your thoughts, and I want to know what you guys think. The goals at the moment, the target goals are going to be enough for us to start making short films and producing stuff and getting stuff out there in festivals, and the goals are going to be there to also help us pay actors. And little by little, we will take every single chance we can to make the company work. And guess what? You won't be putting any money in my pocket. It's not going to go to me. And I can guarantee that, I can promise you that. If you want me to sign a paper, I will do that. This is not going to be one of those phony Patreons where someone is going to get a quick buck. This is going to be one of those Patreons where every single bit of that Patreon money is going to go into a company. And it's going to be used to pay actors, to pay editors, to pay content creators, to pay people who should be getting credited and paid for what they have been trained to do. And I ask each and every one of you, you awesome people, to join me. It all starts with a $1 donation. And then we go up from there. And I promise you, I will not let you down. From those who know me, who don't hate me, and try to downvote this video, you know that I'm a straight-talking guy, that I always be honest, that I don't lie, that I always try to do everything I can for others. I will give you the shirt off my back, this amazing Mega Man Smash Bros t-shirt. I'll give you the shirt off my back. I'll give you the hair off the head of my hair. I will give you my teeth. I will give you everything, my blood, my sweat, my tears. All I ask you to do is basically go out there and help me. Skip, we could help you produce your videos, you know, your little like how-to videos. We could do that together. I'm tired of watching people go into an industry where they fail because they don't get what they need, or they don't basically get the avenues that they need to go in, because they basically don't know what it is they've done wrong. And when you have companies not signing people because they haven't talked to the right person, it shouldn't be happening. It's like going to like a tech giant like Microsoft or Apple and not having people who have made, like, basically been trained to make the next biggest patent, not get signed up by these companies and flounder. Let's see if we can do this together. You, me, and everybody else. So far, the two people who will be working in this company are myself and Miguel Leon. For those who don't know who Miguel is, he helped me write a bunch of my videos for my YouTube channel. He's a great screenwriter. He's also a film aficionado. He's basically part of a podcast called The Untitled Movie Show that we probably may start bringing back if we can get up to a certain amount. I want to bring back I Got Gameplay. I want to start selling I Got Gameplay shirts. If you don't know what they are, Xander Scullion has one on his channel in his newest video of games you should check out. I want to basically work at pitching new game scripts, new television and movie scripts, new theatre scripts, and get people out there. And I want to get people whose names should be out there. I want to get people scripts out there. I want to basically be able to set this company up in such a way that everything we do will give you something new, will give you someone new, will give you that new face. Maybe we can even at one time move into a comic book company and get new artists and new creators, new illustrators involved. This is what I want to do, and this is my goal. And I really do hope you join me. And Ron Mower, thank you, man. Much appreciated. As for the YouTube channel, we're not going away. Nerd Genius isn't going away. I took a week off because I was dealing with personal shit. You guys know what it was if you watched the previous video called I'm a Victim. Which right now I'm tired of being a victim. I'm tired of being everybody's footstool. So I'm going to change that. But that's only something I can change personally. But I'm not going away. So Nerd Genius is still going to happen. We're still going to try and do 4 videos a week. But I'm going to hire people to edit those videos for me. I've got 2 guys I was talking to. Kind of lost touch with them. One guy's a gentleman called Michael SK. The other guy's called Travis McCullum. They both have their own YouTube channels. They're going to be editing videos for this channel. I'll be doing the voiceovers and narrations, and they'll be doing stuff in my style. I'm also going to be out there more and more doing the donation drives, trying to create contacts and produce and build as much capital as we can so that the company can thrive and so that we can basically create new jobs. That's another thing, because I want to create new jobs. I want people out there to get more work, get more kind of, yeah, get more work, get more content. And in the end, I want to do this for you. So I hope that answers all your questions. Anything you guys want to ask, because I felt like Lawnmower, Mr. Retro himself, and also Tag have stated stuff, but nobody's asked the real big question. And you know, and I like the fact that people have been so positive. The Patreon will be open tomorrow. The video will be done tonight, and I will launch the Patreon tomorrow. Probably be about tomorrow afternoon, and I'm going to launch it on my official Facebook page and also on my personal Facebook page. And I will be starting the donation drives on Monday, pending licenses, of course, because I need to get licenses from the local council in order to do this stuff. So, I want you guys to leave a comment below. Let me know what you want to see from this channel. What content you want to see. Do you want to see I Got Gameplay? If you want that brought back, donate. And I will make sure I do the show, and I'll also make sure that we can get guests, paid guests, onto the show to get them to promote their stuff. I want to basically see if we can do a deal with Megaran when he does his tours, so we can promote the company and maybe even try and shoot another documentary for him. I want to do music videos. I want to work with artists who've never been in the industry before, you know, who've never had that chance to work and produce music videos. I want to do that for them. And it all starts here. It all starts with the Patreon donations. And I want to work with everyone that I can. And what I will do, I will leave a template of the Patreon at the bottom, so you can have a look and see if I'm trying to pull a fast one or if I'm basically doing something that you think sounds good. And if you choose to donate, remember, as little as $1 a month is not going to hurt you. It means that you can do without that crunchy bar that you wanted, that you had your eye on. $1 a month won't hurt. And I am going to be contributing my own money as well into that Patreon, because I want this to happen. And I'm going to be, every little bit of funding and every little bit of funds that I raise is going to go straight back into this company. And I promise you, each and every one of you, this is going to be something big, and it's going to be something amazing. And I will do everything in my power to make sure that this happens. So, yeah, let's make magic together. Let's do something amazing. And let's show these untalented fucks out there what actual talent can do. I'm not going to be your Uwe Boll. I'm not going to be your Tommy Wiseau. I'm going to be someone who basically revolutionizes the industry. And that's what I want to do. And by doing that, we take it step by step. We eat the elephant with a spoon. We do small things and create big opportunities. And I hope you will join me on this journey. So yeah, I think that's about it from me. As I said, leave a comment below, guys. Thank you very much to the 3 people who are still on this stream. I think we had a maximum of 10 today. This is my 3rd best stream. So I do love you guys. I do adore you, and I do thank you. And for those who call me a hypocrite, has your big YouTuber who I've said something about, have they put their money into anything but themselves? Have they spent money on employing people and giving them jobs? Because I can name you probably on the count of one hand the guys that have done it, including Philip DeFranco, by the way, who's doing amazing things with his Patreon right now. He's probably actually my inspiration to this video. So, but yeah, thank you very much, guys. Oh, and also, last but not least, make sure you watch Spider-Man Homecoming. My God, that was a great movie. I enjoyed the fudge out of that movie. I loved it. So I can't believe how great that movie was. So make sure you watch that, because Tom Holland, I think, is going to be the next big thing in the comic verse. I don't know if he was going to do anything outside of that, but who knows. But yeah, it's great times are coming. So I might as well sign off with myself saying that this is Michael Burham. To each and every one of you guys, saying that you should live for today, but you should also look forward to tomorrow. See you soon. Live the impossible. Exist to inspire.